growth is something, and the learning process is something that happens every day, and every other time is once you've learned something new, now there's something else to undertake and for you to learn. So when we were transitioning from software development to marketing, we really had a hard time convincing the clients that we had at that time that we were taking a different direction. And this was a major challenge because one, the name that we were using at the time, the company was aptly titled Oratech Solutions, and from the name itself you can just, it sounds very techy. When you think about it, you think computers, servers, people writing code and all of that. And at the start, that's what and who we were. That's what we were, that's who we were, because we were just young people passionate about technology who had come together and they're building up products. But then now, we're now getting into this space where we're realizing then we need to do more than what we've been doing. And for us to be able to do that, we need to be able to undertake some more new challenges. So I remember we really tried to convince so many people, this is who we are, this is the direction you're taking. But then one of the challenges said the name was already a bit too strong for many people. So we had to sit down and really try to think of how do we now try to create a brand that will be easy on people, and also it will be easy for people to really relate to what we are doing. And we looked around and came up with a few suggestions of names, but then we realized also it was biased because as techies, all the names that you're coming up were very oriented in that direction. A few weeks, I think around 2-3 weeks of just trying to brainstorm, coming up with names, after a while brushing them off, we decided, you know what, the best way to go around this will be now just to come up with something that doesn't mean anything and something that we have the opportunity now to create a brand out of it. So we came up with the name Madavi, and at that time Madavi was just now it was based on two things. One, it was the initials of the original co-founders of the company, but then two, it was also like an umbrella term for all the different spaces that you wanted to get into, because marketing is very wide, but then if you look at it, it has different terms. So for instance, like the first M in Madavi means the name of the person, names of a person at that time, but then it also means something like marketing, right? The second thing means automation, and so on and so forth. So each initial each letter on the word in the word Madavi had a different word that is in marketing, but then at the end of the day, it all comprehensively creates like what people need to do in marketing and all of that. So now that was the first challenge. The second challenge, I think, was just getting out of that space whereby first we are techies, all of us are introverts, and now we have to get out of that space and be extroverted, now be able to, more than anything, sell your business. Because remember, initially while we were building software, all of us were still in school, so there's that cushion of you can be able to balance what you're doing, classwork and the few projects that you're getting. But then now you are here and it's like you have to commit to this 100%, and you have to get the gigs, get the projects so that you can be able to execute on them, and then now be able to cover some of the bills that you had. So it was quite a challenge because there had to be like a lot of unlearning and relearning to do. First, you had to be like, how do you present yourself to people? How do you speak to people? How do you present your company without really focusing on the nitty-gritties that people don't care about? And how do you, more than anything, tackle people's problems as opposed to rushing to give them solutions? So it took quite a bit of time. I can't say it took like a month, a year or two. It took, I think, so much long time that after a while we even realized like growth is something, and the learning process is something that happens every day, and every other time is once you've learned something new, now there's something else to undertake and for you to learn. So I think I'll probably say those were the two major challenges at the time, and then over time, as the team has also grown, we've been able to have other challenges that have also pushed us to be to morph and also become different people than who we were initially.